What's up, fellow cultists? This is DM Nell, and I'm back with another episode of Shadow the Demon Lord Talk. And this is episode number 93. We're going to be talking about Unholy Champions of the Demon Lord. This is a supplement that came out. I'm not sure if it was part of the original Kickstarter or if it came out shortly afterwards, but I know that it was a result of the Kickstarter because it was something that Rob Schwab had. Some of the pledgers, and it kind of talks about this in the introduction here. It talks about the some of the unholy champions who pledged to the Kickstarter campaign. These are the creations that these folks came up with, and these folks are the ones listed in the credits here for design: Austin Cabrera, David Christ, Cliff Carell, Matt Lively, Matthew Palak, and Mark Quinn. So these folks came up with the ideas for these, and then Schwab kind of fleshed them out. And I really don't remember how this came about. I think it was just maybe a tier of the Kickstarter. But shit, that was 6 years ago. So no. 10 years ago? No. It's 2014. Yeah, it's a long time ago. So not quite 10 years, about 8 years ago, 6 to 8 years ago, whenever it was. Anyway, the Kickstarter produced this and came out in the unholy year of 2015. All right, so this supplement in and of itself is 7 years old. And it's got some interesting stuff in it. So I'm not going to read through this. It's a fairly short supplement. It's got 9 pages. And I'm sure you can pick it up on Drive-Thru RPG. But I did want to go through this because this is a supplement that has, I believe, 5 or 6 different demons. Now, I talked about demons yesterday. Yesterday? Really? Yesterday? Well, no, it wasn't yesterday. In my last... in my last Shadow of the Demon Lord talk, I talked about monsters, and part of that I talked about demons and how I love demons in this game because they typically come in with no form, and they just kind of form themselves out of what's in their surroundings, or the thoughts of the people nearby or whatever. These guys are an exception. These are demons that have actually formed into specific shapes that they retain. And they are stuck in our world. Not our world. Man, do I need to start this over? No, fuck that. They're stuck in the world of Rule because of reasons, and so you can actually add these to your game. Just to kind of, they could be the main antagonist, or they can just be something that you plug in, but they're fun. And I really like them. I have yet to put them in any of my campaigns, although I've thought about it many times. I just haven't found the right place for them. But I did want to go through them and kind of highlight them so that you can consider whether this is a supplement that you want to pick up. If you like demons, I would definitely recommend it because these are pretty cool. All right, so the first one is Archolinus, the Joyous One. And this little guy is size 1/2, and he looks like this. Kind of looks, typical demon appearance. So this guy is difficulty 25, so this would fit into a low-level campaign fairly easily. And, he's got a lot of stuff to him here. Part of it is your typical demon attributes, such as Void Step and Spell Defense and Demonic Shadows. But the rest of it is pretty unique. So let's just go through this here. Basically, Archolinus was... he was summoned into the world by an Arcanus. Man, the brain cells just aren't firing this morning. It's because I got to go to work here in a little bit, and I'm trying to not think about that. But anyway, The Archolinus was a demon that was able to squeeze into this world after a baker in the city of Crossings hired a magician or a wizard or whatever it was to come in and enchant his oven. He wanted his ovens to be able to produce the finest food in all the land. And so he hired this cheap wizard to come in and enchant his ovens. Well, the wizard wasn't really a wizard. He was just some dude that picked up an incantation off of the Brotherhood of Shadows, and so he screwed it up. So when he cast the incantation, it actually opened up a void portal in the baker's oven. So the baker went nuts, and this demon crawled out and promptly killed him, and basically flayed him, and now drapes his hide over his body as a shirt and loincloth, which he didn't treat to keep fresh or anything. So it's basically rotting around him, which is, that's awesome. So he's got some interesting things here. Buttery trail. This is an attribute that he has. Archolinus, when moving, leaves a trail of slippery butter on the ground that remains for one round. Creature that moves across the buttered surface must get a success on agility challenge roll or fall prone. So that's odd. Could be funny. Gooey finger. So that's his main attack option. It does d6 damage plus stimulating touch. So stimulating touch. Living creature must get a success on strength challenge roll with 1 bane or become dazed for 1 round. The creature removes the affliction if it takes any damage. Not sure how that's stimulating, but whatever. Awaken Greed. These are special attacks. Archolinus can use an action or triggered action on his turn to awaken greed in one living creature within short range. The demon makes a will attack roll against the target's will. On a success, the demon moves the target up to its speed towards an object the demon chooses, and the target then becomes immobilized for 1 round. So apparently the demon makes the target really covet the object. Arcolinus then has the Awaken Remorse. Arcolinus can use an action or a triggered action on its turn to awaken feelings of feelings of guilt and shame in one living creature within short range. The demon makes a will attack roll against the target's intellect. On a success, the target becomes full of remorse for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. While the target is subject to this effect, other creatures make attack rolls against it with 1 boon, and the target makes attack rolls and challenge rolls with 1 bane. Okay, so then you got the Void Step, and then finally you've got the Excrete Tasty Treat. This is a little twisted. So Archolinus excretes a tasty treat that appears on a flat surface within 1 yard of it. The treat remains for 24 hours or until eaten. Once the demon uses his talent, it can't do so again for 1d6 times 10 minutes. So it talks about what the tasty treat is over here. Tasty treat is a fragrant and quivering mass of skin, hair, and teeth. A sickly, sweet odor wafts from it. A living creature that can see the treat and moves to within short range of it must make a will challenge roll with 1 bane. On a failure, the creature gains 1d3 insanity and must take the next available turn to move to the treat and stuff it in its mouth. On a success, the creature becomes immune to the effect of the tasty treat until after it completes a rest. The creature that eats the treat experiences intense euphoria, as one would imagine stuffing mass of skin, hair, and teeth into your mouth. And likely shares this knowledge with others. As a result of these sensations, the creature takes half damage from all sources, and it cannot gain insanity. At the end of each minute after eating the treat, the affected creature must make a strength challenge roll with 1 bane. On a failure, the creature takes a cumulative 1d6 penalty to health. If the penalty drops the creature's health to 0, it stops making challenge rolls and permanently transforms into a copy of Archolinus under the DM's control. The creature retains none of its statistics and instead uses Archolinus' statistics, but is size 1/4 and has a health of 10, and it cannot use Arcolinus' special attacks. If the creature gets 3 successes before transforming, upon the 3rd success it vomits the tasty treat onto the ground. The treat then evaporates with a cloud of pink bubbles that dissipates 1 round later. The creature's penalty to health, if any, disappears, and the creature is no longer subject to the beneficial effects of having eaten a tasty treat. Finally, the creature becomes immune to the effects of a tasty treat until after it completes a rest. So that's messed up. Funny. It's hilarious. But it's pretty messed up. So anyway, that is Arcolinus. So then we've got the Bloated Duchess. I'm not going to go as much detail as Bloated Duchess. Basically, she looks like this blob of teeth and eyes and little tentacles. She is a size 1 demon, but her difficulty is 250. So she's significantly more difficult than Archolinus is. She's got some interesting attacks and qualities here. She's got the usual demon qualities, but then she's got powered by magic. Each time a creature attacks a demon with a spell and gets a success on an attack roll, or the demon gets a failure on its challenge roll to resist the spell, the demon increases its size by 1. While at size 2 or larger, the demon is subject to the following effects. 10 plus bonus to health per point a size greater than 1. It makes its attack roll with 1 boon. Its weapon attack deals a d6 extra damage, and it loses the Demonic Shadows trait. So, yeah, you cast a spell at it, and it grows. So that's awesome. Then she's got Frenzied Attack and Corrosive Eruption. So while she's size 2 or larger, it can reduce its size by 1 to hurl a stream of corrosive primordial afterbirth in an 8-yard long cone. Yeah. All right, so what is the Bloated Dutch? Where is she? What's her deal? Basically, she was brought into being in Caicrus. The dubious honor of releasing the Bloated Duchess goes to Festris, a magician prodigy who had earned an apprenticeship at the Tower Arcane. He got a little bit ahead of himself. They ejected him, and then he tried to do his own thing. He did a ritual over a desecrated altar and inadvertently created the Bloated Duchess. And now she's wandering around Caicrus, doing her thing. All right, then you got Prometheus, Desire in Flesh. So Prometheus is this guy, and he's got 2 forms. He's got an alluring form and he's got a horrific form. So there is the main stat block, then you've got a couple of separate stat blocks based on which form he takes, or it takes. And so he's known as the Desire in Flesh because, in his alluring form, or its alluring form, it, allures people. So it's not just a clever name. Prometheus entered the mortal world in eons past before mankind came crawling out of the caves when a twisted fairy, consumed by lust for the fairy queen, sought the means to bend her to his will. He performed an incantation to release a demon and bound it into a cylinder of smooth porphyry, well, I don't know what that word is, about 9 inches long and 1 inch in diameter, as a mean to control the demon and to draw it from the magic he would use to make the queen his thrall. Didn't work out, so now it's got, this cylinder basically is, loose in the world, and if you find it, then the demon's bound to it, and you could inadvertently release it. So you've got this size 1 demon. Even in the alarm form, it's got an attack of Cat of Nine Tails. It's got a couple of interesting attacks: Gift of Darkness and Hear Thoughts. Then it's got a special action of Vanish, and then it can also cast some spells. So Prometheus is pretty tough. He's also got a horrific form, of course, which basically is Hulk smash form, and yeah, that's the I'm assuming that's the ugly form, because yeah. So anyway, Prometheus, interesting. He's also 250, pretty tough. All right, so moving on, we've got Hinnom the Unslaked. So Hinnom is a size 1 horrifying demon, also not very tough, difficulty 25. And this creature's backstory basically is that, well, let's just go through it here. Hidden in the mountains lies a blighted valley, and within it lurks the demon named Hinnom the Unslaked, also called Ambition's Foil and the darkness in all mortal hearts. Hinnom scuttles across the rocks of the valley like a roach, using twisted human arms to move instead of insectoid legs. That's, artist didn't quite capture that in the picture here, but you get the gist. So yeah, it looks mostly like that, but basically this demon is trapped in a valley in the Shield Mountains, and if creatures are lured there, then it tries to kill them. So basically, the reason why it was trapped there. In the first days of mankind's ascendance to dominance in the mortal world, the devils, already cast into the fiery pits of hell, looked to the world they had left behind, basically looking for ways to corrupt people. So they decided they were going to use this demon to do the trick for them. They would promise people their heart's desire if they go into this valley, and by doing that, they get corrupt. And then the demon kills them and delivers the soul, or the soul would then go straight to hell. So basically, this is a devil trick to corrupt people and have this demon kill them so that the newly corrupted go to hell. So that's the deal there. The Nine Sorrows. This is an interesting demon because basically it's really not it's not a demon in and of itself. It is a demonic entity that is possessing a suit of armor. So this would be a suit of armor that your players would find, presumably, or perhaps they would be fighting another creature that's wearing the armor. And by wearing the armor, the people, the creature that's wearing the armor would gain the benefits of the armor, which are listed here: magical plate, inherent corruption, hell beckons, rewards of darkness, and then there are a number of corruption benefits that you get based on your corruption score. So that's interesting. And I forget what the backstory on this thing is. Let's see. The armor represents one of many efforts by Diabolus, the dreaded master of hell, to corrupt mortals and claim their souls in the death. So there you go. Diabolus created the armor, obviously, to corrupt people that wear it. So there's that. Then we got this dude. He looks awesome. Don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm just going to say Igzigzor, the Living Wrath. So it is said that to name a demon is to invite its attention. And apparently, whenever you call Igzigzor, he appears. Which means he never appears because you can't fucking say Igzigzor. So, yeah, bad call on whoever named the dude. But anyway, Igzigzor has blighted the mortal world for centuries. According to legend, the Living Wrath answered a call put to it by a grieving woman whose only son had been sacrificed by her husband to appease the horned king. When she forswore her allegiance to the gods, she called to the demon and offered herself up as a vessel. Igzigzor escaped the void and entered her body. Under its power, the woman castrated her husband while he slept, painted her face in his blood, and went to the door, killing everyone in her community. Her death, which came from exposure, freed the demon to wander the world and offer vengeance to any mortal who wished it merely by speaking aloud the demon's name. So this would be a cool monster to basically find its name on a scroll somewhere. It could even be an interesting thing that somebody creates their character with, a scroll that has this name on it, or maybe it's a tattoo that has Igzigzor that they don't know how to pronounce, because I knows how to pronounce that. But anyway, yeah, this is a difficulty 500 demon. And so it's got a lot of stuff. Fire and shadows, mindless wrath. Whenever Igzigzor takes damage, each creature affected by thirst of vengeance must get a success on a will challenge roll, or use a triggered action to attack a random creature it can reach. Okay, that's cool. Infectious name. One creature the demon chooses that gained insanity from seeing it learns the demon's name. That creature can cause the demon to appear in an open space of the GM's choosing. By speaking the name aloud. Once the name is spoken, the memory of it fades from the mind of the person who spoke it and any other creature that has heard or spoken it. Thirst for vengeance. Each creature within short range of Igzigzor cannot use actions to concentrate and makes attack rolls and challenge rolls with 1 bane. An affected creature, however, deals a d6 extra damage with weapon attacks. It's got fiery claws, quick slash, vengeful step, dread pronouncement. What's that? Igzigzor roars the name of the creature it has come to kill. If that creature is within extreme range, it can hear it. The creature must get a success on a will challenge roll with 1 bane, or gain 1d6 insanity. Once Igzigzor uses dread pronouncement, it can't use it again until after the death of the creature it has come to kill. Incinerating grasp. Each creature grabbed by Igzigzor burns and takes 3d6 damage. That's pretty cool. All right, so it's got a lot here. I'm not going to read through all that, but there's a bit more to Igzigzor than what I've gone over. But again, if you want the full meal deal, you have to pick up the supplements. So once again, you got what, 5 demons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 demons here. A couple of low difficulty, a couple of mid to high difficulty, and then 1 high difficulty. So yeah, Unholy Champions of the Demon Lord. Pick it up on Drive-Thru RPG, and throw these demons into your campaign somewhere, man. Demons are awesome. If you're playing Shadow of the Demon Lord and you're not using demons, you're not doing it right. I'm just saying. All right, that's all I got for today. So I gotta get ready for work, and that sucks. But it is what it is. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Hail the Demon Lord. I'm out of here. If I can figure out how to turn this damn thing off.